I'm going to read from the Egyptian Book of the Dead, or they call it the Book of Life. It's older than the Bible. You'll notice a lot of comparisons as I'm reading it that relate to the Bible. So we're going to jump right in it and take this sip of my blood purifying herbs. Whew. Man, I ate something crazy last night, so my stomach is acting up right now. But so that's why I'm drinking this blood purifying herb. You know, God has given us the herbs for the healing of the nations. So rather than me running to Pepto Bismol or something crazy like that, I'd rather run to Mother Earth for the healing of my body. So let's jump right into this. All right, I'm gonna take my selenite one and start reading. Okay, y'all dive in with me. Adoration of Ra. All right. When riseth he in horizon, eastern of heaven, beholdeth Osiris, the scribe of the holy offerings of the gods, all Ani. I saith he, homage to thee, who have come as Kepera, Kepera as the creator of the gods. Oh, I'm hot. I gotta take this. Oh, yeah. All right. Kepera as the creator of the gods. Thou riseth, thou shineth, making bright thy mother, crowned as the king of the gods. Now I'm gonna stop right there. Thy mother crowned as the king of the gods. The first thing I thought when I heard that was Wakanda, the new movie that's out. If you notice, it's led by a woman. You know, it's the restoration of the matriarchal leadership that we lost in our communities due to women being oppressed over the years. But women and men can rule together. So that's one thing I want to um, mention right there. Doth to the mother of Mother Nut with her two hands the act of worship. Receiveth thee Manu with content, embraces thee Ma'at at the double season. May he give splendor and power together with triumph. So it is our prayer that we receive splendor and power together, Ashe, and are coming forth as a soul, living to see Heru, Zukti, Horus of the double horizon, to the Ka of Osiris, the scribe Ani, triumph before Osiris, saith he, hail gods, all of the soul temple, ye ways of heaven and earth, in balance, givers of food and abundance of meat. Notice how it says that um, the givers of food and abundance of meat. And it doesn't say nothing about the government giving us food and abundance of meat. So guess what? As this system is falling, don't be afraid. The earth gives us food and abundance of meat, and as well as, of course, Mother God, Mother Earth, Mother Nature. All right? So we don't have to worry or fear anything. Givers of food and abundance of meat, hell, top tuning, one maker of mankind and of the substance of the gods of the south, north, west, and east. I ascribe praise to Ra, the Lord of heaven, the Prince, life, strength, health, creator of the gods. Adore ye him in his presence, beautiful in his rising, in the Jejet boat. All right, so we adore Ra, who is the creator of the gods. Ashe shall worship thee, the beings of the heights shall worship thee, the beings of depths. Write for thee, Thoth and Ma'at, day and every. Thine enemy is given to the fire, the evil one hath fallen, his arms are bound. All right. So, good thing that we're seeing the evil one fall all around us as this system is collapsing because it was built according to basically wickedness and oppression of our people. So nothing like that could truly stand. Remove Removed hath Ra his legs, the sons of impotent revolt. Never again shall they rise up. So just know that every evil worker, all right, will never again rise up. That their legs are being taken from under them. All right. The house of the prince is in festival. The sound of those that rejoice is in the dwelling mighty. The gods are rejoicing when they see Ra and his rising, his beams flood with light the countries. So the sun, mighty Ra, the beam of light, right, floods all the countries, and we rejoice over that. Every morning we wake up, we actually see the sunlight. We hear the animals, the birds, the roosters giving praise to Ra for the sunlight that has rise across the lands. Advanceth the mighty, the majesty of this God, venerable, he ariseth at the land of Manu. Be illumineth the earth at his birth. Every day he riseth at his region of yesterday. May if thou not, may if thou be at peace with me. May I see thy beauties. May I advance upon the earth. May I smite the ass. May I crush the evil one. All right. So that is our declaration. All right. Not just a prayer, but it's an affirmation that we will advance. All right. Upon earth, meaning we will succeed in all that we do. Ashe, Grand Rising, my brother out there. Grand Rising to everyone, to the gods and goddesses. May I smite the ass. May I crush the evil one. So every obstacle that's in our path will be crushed. And it's crushed this day. May I destroy a pet at this moment. May I see the, what's this word? Aptu fish at his season of revolution or coming into existence. The dent fish, it's the dent boat in its pool. May I see Horus as guardian of the rudder with Thoth and Ma'at at his two sides. May I grasp the bows thus of the Sektet boat and the stem of the jet boat, the Detet boat. May he grant a view of the disk and a sight of the moon god without ceasing every day, and the coming forth of my soul to walk about every place it pleases. So we could go wherever we want on this planet. We ain't gotta be confined, right, to just one location. You know, that's why a lot of times they try to lock our brothers and sisters down because they're trying to keep us from uh, basically moving about the entire earth and having dominion over it, which we do. So everywhere that pleases us. May be proclaimed my name when it is found upon the board for offering things. May there be placed for me offerings of food in my presence, like the followers of Horus. So notice how it says, may there be placed for me offerings of food. It's not something that we have to necessarily run after, like in a rat race. They teach us that in the school system, where this brainwashing goes on, that you have to be this crab in a bucket, pulling down your brother, your sister, just to make it in a rat race. Nah, it's not about that. All right, just know that everything that you need will be placed before you as you walk upright. so you don't have to fear. May be made for me a seat in the boat on the day of the going forth of the God. May I receive, may I be received into the presence of Osiris in the land of triumph to the Ka of Osiris Ani. Adoration of Ra by the royal scribe, the captain of soldiers. Next, he saith homage to thee, O thou glorious being, thou Tamu, Harmachis. When thou risest in the horizons of heaven, I shout of joy to thee from the mouth of all peoples. Beautiful one, becoming young at thy time, and or as the disk within the hand of thy mother Hathor, rising therefore in place, every heart, every delighteth forever. Come to thee, the two utter with homage. They give a shout of joy at thy rising. Thou risest in the horizon of heaven. Thou shutteth upon the two lands, emerald light. Ra, that is Harmachis, the boy mighty, the heir of eternity. He begot, and he gave birth to himself, the king of earth, this prince of the underworld, president of the mountains of Akert, coming forth from the water, drawing himself from the new, nursing himself, increasing his limbs. O God of life, Lord of love, live all peoples when thou shineth, O crowned as King of the gods. So the reason I felt led to read this is one, the Spirit led me to read it, but if you pay attention to a lot of what you're hearing here, you'll notice a lot of similarities that are found in the Bible. So it's very obvious if this book came before the Bible that many of these teachings have been stolen from this particular book. And when it speaks of the many gods, you have to realize something. If we could come in different ways, why can't God come in different forms? For example, I could be a son, a brother, an uncle, a friend, a lover, a businessman. I manifest in various ways. I'm not just limited to one name either. Some may call me Craig the Creator. Some may call me Roger Moody. Others may call me Chief Running Horse. So therefore, I manifest in different forms, in different seasons, upon different times. So God himself manifests himself in different characters, different energies. Because God is not limited. He cannot be put in a box, right? And it cannot be said that, oh, we're just going to call God this or we're going to call God that. No, we have to be open to God in all of his fullness and all of her fullness, because God is not limited as a male nor a female. As a matter of fact, you can't even limit God to, um, you know, like I said, being one thing or the other. So be open to understanding that as you read this, and know that God loves to manifest himself through us, through you, through your friends, through your family. He comes through many forms, through animals, through nature, shoot, through these herbs that I'm drinking, right? God can manifest himself to us in various ways. So maketh new homage to thee, embrace thee, my eye, at season every, sing praises to thee. Those who are following thee, they bow down upon the earth and meet in thee. The Lord of heaven, the Lord of earth, the King of righteousness, the Lord of eternity, Prince of everlasting, ruler of gods, right? So these are all the ways that God manifests himself. He manifests himself as the Lord of heaven, the Lord of earth, the King of righteousness, the Lord of eternity, the Prince of everlasting, ruler of God. all, God of life, maker of eternity, creator of heaven, is established by him, that which is within it. The cycle of the gods is in the rejoicing at thy rising. The earth is in gladness, seeing thy rays. Come forth the ancestors with cries of joy. There you go. Many people be like, oh, how can you be saying you honoring your ancestors? Well, look, we are ancestors. It says it right here that our ancestors come forth with cries of joy. Even through me, I know my ancestors is working through me. My grandparents, my great great grandfather, my great great grandmother. Uh, so we're not limited to just this particular body. You know why? Because the DNA that is within us holds all of the information that comes from our ancestors. That's why we look the way we do, we act the way we do. We have certain gifts and talents that could be attributed to our particular bloodline. If you notice with particular people, they may have a particular gifting towards music. All right, you hear all the time, little kids, they already know how to sing. How does this kid already know how to sing? Didn't go to school for it, anything, but it's just a natural ability. That's because the ancestors are working through that particular child. All right, and this is not our first time here. We've been here multiple times. We are eternal beings. That's why we should not ever fear death. Death is not something to even worry about. All right. So don't ever let anyone manipulate you, try and control you with the fear of death. And all of that fear mongering needs to go out the door. All right. Why? Because we come forth with the ancestors with cries of joy to see thy beauties day every. All right. So we can look forward to the power of our ancestors working through us. The power of my ancestors working through me right now as I'm reading this to help people open up their understanding to the fact that the joy that you have in your heart at times and you don't even know why, like you can wake up happy, you can wake up content. Why? Because your ancestors are happy with you. They're happy to the fact that they could work through us and they could move through us and they could still, their powers and their energies never die. We never die. All right. Thou goest forth over heaven and earth, day every strengtheth of thy mother Newt. All right, so I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to continue reading next time. All right, the Egyptian Book of the Dead. I encourage you to go out and get this book if you don't already have one. It's a powerful book. And as we read these words and we meditate on them, it helps to unlock a lot of powers that are within us. So, namaste to the gods and goddesses of planet Ka, the God of me, and the God and goddess in you. One love. Peace. Signing out. Chief Running Host of Royal Light Ministry.